The Young and the Restless, Y and R. Spoilers recap for Tuesday, August 29 reveals that Devin Hamilton Winters, Brighton James, will reflect on how he lost his hearing due to meningitis as a teenager and what he went through during that time. However, Devin won't want Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, and Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, to panic since they're still gathering information on area Porter Copeland's, Maddie and Millie Ingle, unique situation. When an audiologist named Dr. George Madeline Rochester Craftes shows up for a house call, Devin will remember that she was on his team at Memorial Hospital back when he got his cochlear implant. After Devin leaves, Dr. George will run a couple more tests on area and determine that there may be some hearing loss connected to the auditory nerve deep in the ear. That said, Dr. George will think it's a little too early to make assumptions. Once Dr. George assures Mariah and Tessa that Aria's condition is treatable, she'll admit there's no cure. The plan will be to try hearing aids after a definitive diagnosis, and then a cochlear implant could become a possibility if necessary. Dr. George will explain that this is likely something Aria inherited from one of her birth parents, so she won't want Tessa and Mariah blaming themselves. Instead, Dr. George will urge Mariah and Tessa not to worry since they need to stay strong for their baby girl. Once Dr. George exits, Tessa and Mariah will agree are going to do everything they can to help Aria. At Society, Abby Newman Abbott, Melissa Ordway, will have lunch with Ashley Abbott McCall, Eileen Davidson, so that'll give her an opportunity to quiz Ashley about her new living arrangements at the GCAC. Abby will also fret over whether the truce will stick and will seem upset over Ashley walking away from her family legacy at JBot. Once Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, arrives, Ashley will immediately start bickering with her. Abby will warn Diane and Ashley to knock it off since her customers didn't pay for a show. After Abby gets summoned to the park, she'll bring Dominic Newman Abbott Winters Chancellor, Rain and River Ware to see Devin. Y and R spoilers say Devin will be grateful for the family bonding and will give Abby updates on Aria's hearing problems. Later, Devin and Abby will bring dinner over to the Tack House as they show Mariah and Tessa some support during a difficult time. Back at Society, Ashley will unleash a typical tirade about her distrust of Diane and will pop a great for emphasis. That'll lead to Ashley suddenly choking and struggling to breathe. Diane will leap into action and perform the Heimlich maneuver on Ashley, who'll spit the grape out and cough as she tries to regain her composure. Once Diane rubs Ashley's back and asks a waiter to grab her some water, Ashley will look bewildered and ask if Diane just saved her life. Diane will urge Ashley to stop being so dramatic and will add that she just did what anyone would have done. After Diane suggests taking Ashley to the hospital, Ashley will argue that she's fine. However, Diane will at least want to drive Ashley back to the athletic club, so Ashley will finally relent on that. At the Abbott Mansion, Tucker McCall, Trevor Street John will stop by for some of his belongings and will try to drive a wedge between Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, while he's there. Once Tucker plays up the fact that Billy was tempted to be a traitor and take over running JBot, Jack will lash out and act like he doesn't buy it. Tucker will suggest he's just trying to do Jack a solid, but he'll guess that blood is thicker than betrayal. While Tucker's out of the room, Jack will tell Billy that it's a good thing he trusts his brother since Tucker made a hell of a case. Billy will wonder what that's supposed to mean and will defend himself since he simply played his part when it came to dealing with Tucker and Ashley. Although Jack will try to apologize, an offended Billy will storm out and ignore Jack's voicemail later. After Jack warns that he'll destroy Tucker if he hurts Ashley, he'll insist that's not a threat. It's a promise that Tucker can take to the bank. Despite the easygoing act that Tucker puts on most of the time, he'll get serious and warn Jack that he doesn't want to cross him. At the GCAC again, Tucker will be surprised when Diane brings Ashley in the front door. Diane will mention that Ashley really needs to visit the hospital, but Ashley will just want Tucker to take her upstairs. At the Abbott house, Diane will come home to Jack and reveal the same news about coming to Ashley's rescue. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Ashley and Diane's relationship will start to shift thanks to what happened at Society, so stay tuned. CDL will have other great Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news, so visit us often for more Y and R details.